Valve recently put out the OLED Steam Deck, and I want to see how well it can run one of my favorite games that I just started playing recently called Deep Rock Galactic, so let's test it out. And right here we have the low preset at the native resolution of 1280 by 800, but we are using Fidelity FX upscaling 2.0, and it's in the balanced mode. And as you can see, we are getting a locked 90 FPS with basically no change in the frame timing, and you can see the GPU usage is floating between 40 and 50%, so that means we've got a lot left in the tank, so let's bump it up to high. Alright, so now we're on high, and the only change I made is to change the preset from the low preset to the high preset, and you can see it labeled in green. Whenever I make a change in this video, I'll label the change in green so that it's easy to follow along. And you can see even at the high preset, we are getting a locked 90 FPS, and that's partially due to the upscaling. So now I want to upgrade the upscaling to ultra quality. And if we change the upscaling to ultra quality still on the high preset, we can see that we are still getting a locked 90 FPS, but now the GPU usage is floating between 85 and 95%, so we're getting close to the top end of what this thing can handle at a locked 90 FPS. So let's bump it up even further, and let's turn our upscaling off. Turning the upscaling off means that the game will be rendered at the native resolution of 1280 by 800, which is harder for the GPU to do. And here is the first time we see the frame rate dip below 90, which is really cool to see, and even still, it's staying in the 80s. The lowest frame rate I saw was 77, which is really impressive considering we're at high with no upscaling. And since we're getting such good frame rates, you know we gotta try out the ultra preset. So I swapped it to the ultra preset at the full native resolution with no upscaling, and now we're starting to see our FPS dip. We're getting an average of what I would call between 60 and 70, but I saw a low of 55. So what I would recommend is switch back down to the high preset. You're going to get almost a locked 90 FPS, and the visuals are very similar to Ultra, but you get that extra frame rate. But this game is also one of the few games that supports HDR on the Steam Deck, so I wanted to try it out. And here you can see we're on the high preset with HDR on, and it doesn't come across that well on camera, but I'm telling you, the difference is pretty significant in person. This was my genuine reaction to seeing this like fireball or electric ball or whatever you can see. Look at this. Whoa. And I know the HDR look doesn't really come across on camera, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It does look really good. But this is how Deep Rock Galactic plays on the Steam Deck. It plays fantastic, and it's definitely one of the better performing games for your Steam Deck. So if you want to play on the go, Deep Rock Galactic is awesome. All right, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Rock and Stone.